Check, check. Check, check.
Mic check. Mic check. Loud and clear.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We will bring you the call of Softball U versus the Junior Brakettes. However, as of right now, we are officially in an umpire delay. Our games will begin once the umpires arrive or umpire, whatever comes first, arrives here at Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field. Again, we are in an umpire delay, and we will have the call for you shortly. Stand by. Stay right here on Brakettes.com and on YouTube. We will have updates regarding tonight's doubleheaders shortly. Hello again, everybody. Will Gallagher here. Softball U versus Junior Brakettes currently are in a delayed start. We are just waiting on the officials to get here. The umpires have not arrived yet. Again, we are currently in an umpire delay. We will have first pitch coming to you whenever they show up and whenever ground rules have been read. Thank you for your patience, and we'll be back with updates.
The starters for softball U. Leading off and playing center field, number 4, Julia O'Connell. Batting second, the right fielder, number 22, Sydney Sedlock. Batting third, extra hitter, number 8, Kendall Laporte. In the cleanup spot, playing first base, number 99, Jenna Fall. Batting fifth, playing third, number 26, Alexa Young. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, number 2, Julia Seebeck. Batting seventh and catching, number 24, Janice Serrano. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 21, Brianna Potok. Pitching for softball U, and batting ninth, number 10, Leah Markowitz. Batting 10th, extra hitter number 9, Sydney Manzioni. Here are the starters for the Junior Brakettes. Leading off playing center field, number 44, Cece Cummings. Left fielder number 4, Gabby Youngboa bats second. Batting third, designated player number 21, Carissa Spring. Cleaning up for the Junior Brakettes and playing first base, number 2, Sophia Starbuck. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 14, Hannah Iron. Batting sixth, playing second, number 5, Avery Dillon. Batting seventh, extra hitter, number 28, Aaliyah Amada. Batting eighth and playing third, number 7, Paige Perkins. Batting ninth, extra hitter, number 10, Caroline Berlone. Batting 10th, the right fielder, number 3, Zoe Mancha. Batting 11th and catching, number 18, Avery Cope. In the circle for the Junior Brakettes game number 1, pitching at flex, number 27, Emily Rarick. At this time, we ask everyone to please stand and remove your headwear. Face the flag waving out in right field as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And once again, a very good evening and welcome back to Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field. And now we are officially set to go between softball U and the and the Junior Brakettes as the Junior Brakettes return to action after a split between the Connecticut Rebels, losing game 1 3-2, but then run rolling them 10-0 in game number 2. Emily Rarick gets the start for the Junior Brakettes as we welcome you to the Halberd Memorial Press Box. My name is Will Gallagher. I am joined by Mo Shaletti. Mo, it was a hard-earned split for the Stratford Junior Brakettes this past Saturday night. What do they got to do here to possibly get a sweep in this one?
Well, Saturday night we saw some, a little rusty from a 10-day absence of playing, and we saw some base running miscues. They're going to have to create that opportunity once again like they did. Instead of running into outs, they need to stay with more crisper base running.
Freshman stand-ins open for business.
Obviously, we saw Emily Rarick a little rusty as well, uncharacteristically falling behind the count and walking a few. So we're 2 nights away from that. Expect them to be a lot crisper in the field and on the base paths.
So we had a little bit of an unusual delay to begin today's game. Katie Siglin-Pegley will be our temporary umpire. Emily Rarick gets ready to start things off. Julia O'Connell will stand in the box.
Once again, the umpire
We'll have our... We will have our Guilford Spalding Goods starting lineup. Starting off for you, a 24-minute umpire delay. Does not matter anymore because it's softball time in Stratford and we're underway. First pitch upstairs for a ball, or not called a strike, 0-1.
Well, if I'm umpiring from behind the mountain like Katie and Siglin-Pegley, you better be swinging up there.
The 0-1. Inside ball one.
That didn't miss by much, in my opinion. Corners are in for the junior Brakettes. Middle straight up, outfield straight away. Yes, it isn't an unusual start, but hey, thank you for Katie and stepping up.
We're at 100%. 2-1 now the count for Rarick. Two one misses. 3-1.
3-1.
So it's Julia O'Connell followed by Sydney Sedlock, and there's ball 4. Kendall Lamort will bat third. Jenna Mullins bats fourth. Alexa Young will bat fifth. Julia Sedlock will bat sixth. And Janice Serrano bats seventh. First pitch of ball 1-0. Brianna Patok bats eighth. Lee Perkowitz bats ninth, and Sydney Manzione will bat 10th. Stolen base here for softball U. And Rarick, some struggles in the early going, much like in game 1 back on Saturday night, 2-0 the count.
That's a good one.
Nice bunt there. Nobody
there.
Covering first.
Communication problem right there, Will. The bunt was a perfect one. Not sure they would got her anyway, but Dylan broke to second to cover there, and Irons went to third as charging in from third was Perkins, and coming in from first was Scarpa. Nobody at first base, so she's on with a single, and we're very familiar with Sydney Sedlock as well as the next hitter here.
First pitch. Low for a ball 1-0. Heading to second will be Sedlock. Kendall Lamort. Used to play in the Brakettes organization. 1-0 foul. Now 1-1.
She certainly did. An aggressive ball player. Swings the bat pretty hard. Does get the barrel on it, along with a strong throwing arm. She'll be in the extra hitter position to start tonight.
Already 2 in scoring position. Now 2-1 the count.
It was rather aggressively, too. 2 stolen bases or defensive indifference on 1.
Two one misses up and away. 3-1 now the count to Lamort.
Lamort, Central Connecticut University.
3-1 foul. Now count runs full. 3-2.
Got injured in a spring training game, preseason game, if you will, earlier this year. Is now getting back around to playing.
It's good to hear. Payoff, ball 4. Ball gets away. Bases loaded. No out. to start things off for softball U.
The struggles continue for Emily Rarick out there as the infield will gather. Maybe it'll settle Rarick down. Now we have conversations all over the field. All three runners will get together around second base. A couple of batters will get together with the third base coach.
Well, there's a break in the action. While we give you the Milford Bank always their defensive alignment. High home plate will be Avery Toth. Over at first will be Sophia Scarpa. Avery Dillon at second. Paige Perkins over at third. Shortstop Hannah Irons. And from left to right in the outfield, Gabby Amoa, Cece Cummings, and Zoe Monchine. First pitch, Jenna Moss takes the ball 1-0. She is another player here in the Brakettes organization. Now 2-0 the count. Very good ball player in her weight as well. Caught on and missed now, 2-1.
So there's a big opportunity early for softball U.
2-1 swing and the miss now, 2-2. No, that's strike three. It looks like one of the pitches were a strike, so 1 out.
One away, base loaded, now batting.
Brings up Alexa Young.
Alexa Young.
First pitch. Misses ball 1-0. One out, check swing, called strike, 1-1.
Interesting. Corners are even with the back middles in.
1-1 swing and a miss now, 1-2. Decent crowd here. Monday night softball on Brakettes.com. 1-2 cut on and miss. Back-to-back strikeouts from Rarick.
A couple of big strikeouts right there by Emily Rarick because she's dialed in.
Here's Julia Seebeck now.
So now you got the force anywhere.
First pitch outside, 1-0.
Popped up.
1-0 hit in the air and caught. And how about that? The junior Brakettes get out of it. In and out of trouble goes Rarick. No score after a half of an inning of play. And we'll bring you the Guilford Sporting Goods starting lineup in just one moment. But Mo, what resilience from the junior Brakettes defense.
Well, it started with Emily Rarick on the mound with two big strikeouts, and you got Perkins coming from behind third base alongside the fence to haul that one in. Toth was right there backing her up, but what a play by Perkins at third. The threat is over, and here come the junior Brakettes to the plate in the bottom of the first. Nothing across after bases loaded with 2 walks and a single.
And time now for the Guilford Sporting Goods starting lineup for the junior Brakettes. CC Cumming leads things off, followed by Gabby Amoa. Carissa Spring bats third. Sophia Scarpa bats fourth. Hannah Irons bats fifth. Avery Dillon will bat sixth. Aaliyah Amadon bats seventh. Paige Perkins bats eighth. Caroline Berlone bats ninth. Zoe Monchine bats 10th. Avery Toth will round out the lineup for the junior Brakettes, who bat 11th. And man in the circle is going to be Lee Perkowitz. Her battery mate will be, looks like, Serrano.
Number 9.
Janice
Sydney
Serrano.
Gene Serrano. Final plate, and the rest of the Milford Bank always their defensive lineman for softball U. Over Jared Moss at first. Over at second, Brianna Potok. Alexa Young at third. Over at short is Julia Seibek, excuse me. And left to right in the outfield, I actually have two extra hitters here. I don't have a left fielder, but we'll get that information shortly. But center Julia O'Connell and Sydney Sedlock will be out in the right. However, CC Cummings will lead things off. First pitch outside, ball one.
So the corners are creeping in for softball U. The middle is straight up outfield, straightaway and shallow. Cummings known as a bunt hitter.
Chopper to
Tough
third.
play.
Going to be a tough play. Gets the out. Good job there over at third.
Excellent.
One away by Young.
Alexa Young getting that. Had the big hop. Couldn't get there in time for the big hop. Gets the short hop. Quick set of hands over to Moss at first. Leadoff hitter retired in the bottom of the first.
Gabby Yamoa now of Carnegie Mellon University. First pitch swinging over to Moss, 2 away.
So in the early going, you see the softball U defense pretty fundamentally sound.
Now Carissa Spring, 2 away.
Here's designated player number 21, Carissa Spring.
First pitch swinging again in Spring and caught out in the right. F9 side retired.
Sydney Sedlock with the play. A resident and native of Stratford, just graduating from Bunnell. Excellent player, kind of their spark plug. And they made a run in the States this year as well, CIAC state playoffs.
Yes, they did. And what a great year the Bulldogs had this season. And now we head to the second inning from Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field. No score between softball U and the Junior Brakettes.
This is game number 499 for on-air webcaster Will the Thrill Gallagher.
Well,
if you didn't hear it now.
I did hear. Thank you, Coach Bell.
Will,
so this is doubleheader, but this is about to be a milestone accomplishment. This is game 499 in my career, including my PA duties with the Bullard Havens and a couple other teams. I've done work with Stratford High as well, Bridgeport Central. And then, well, since this is doubleheader,
yep,
one more than 499. I think we all know it's 500. And I can't believe that from when I first started this career path in 2010, I've been able to call this many games. It truly is wonderful to see. However, I'm not the focus. The focus is on the field, always and forever. So 1-0 the count. It's gonna be Serrano, Patuk, and Perkowitz all due up. I do apologize for any mispronunciations.
Yeah, we're given a couple Scribners here that hard to read. Nevertheless, we'll get through it. So, Will, let's take us back to game number 1 in your career. Do you remember it?
I do. I know Bullard Havens won believe it was 44-0. I'm trying to remember the opponent. I believe it was Abbott Tech. But the 1-2, ball low, now 2-2.
That's a heck of a run.
15 years doing this.
Wow.
2-2. Up and away, full count now, 3-2, and hopefully plenty more where that came from as well. But like I said, this really isn't that big of a deal. What big deal is the product on the field as these players play hard day in and day out, and right on cue, Hannah Irons with a nice play, 6-3, one away.
Yeah, deep in the hole play by Irons. Gets it over to Scarper. The leadoff hitter retired here in the top of the second. So, Will, you decided to do this when? How old were you? 15 years ago? You were just a teenager
Correct.
at that time.
I was, I believe, a junior in high school, so I was about 16, so do the math.
Right. You turn around and graduate from Bullard Havens, and you say, I'm going to the...
Ball hit in the air and just out of the reach of Scarpa. 1-1 the count, so
Had a few more feet there.
no harm, but there was a foul. One. Fly ball hit in the air to right. Could be trouble, but caught. 2 away. Down goes Brianna Patok.
Some Monshine out there battling the sun. The sun is still pretty bright over the left, coming in from the left field side bleachers. Able to track it and keep an eye on it. Now, Will, what made you decide to get into broadcasting? Being a sports junkie that you are, that we come to know.
Well, before we get into that, we'll probably talk about that between innings. But anyways, first pitch, this is Leah Parkowitz. Pitcher versus pitcher matchup for the first time today. Nothing on 1 to count. Nobody on for softball U. The 0-1 inside, 1-1.
I think they reversed the call to a strike. No?
I'm actually not too sure as well. 1-1. See the call. Nothing. 2-1.
Yeah, it's a tough to umpire from behind the mound.
2-1. No, it was 1-2 was the count. So
I thought they
last one was a strike. So strike 3. 1-2-3 side retired. It's kind of hard to see when the umpire is behind the pitcher. However,
it's an honest game, that's for sure.
that is
Both
correct.
teams fully understanding the magnitude of let's play ball and make the calls and get the calls correct. They're all helping each other out. KDC and Paglia doesn't step and volunteer. Nobody's here. There's no game, nothing. Everybody goes home.
Correct. We would have been sent home early, so thank you to her for stepping in here for at least game 1. We'll see what happens with game number 2, but until then, we're an inning and a half in the books. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Junior Brakettes. No score, and as you're watching Junior Brakettes softball on Brakettes.com and on YouTube. And as far as our next couple of broadcasts go, so after today, reminder, folks, this is a doubleheader. Hopefully, Mother Nature not shows up, but holds up tomorrow. As I've seen the forecast, I'm not liking what I'm seeing.
Oh, I haven't looked at it yet.
Especially earlier in the day, as we'll have our Lordship Corn Market weather check for today. It is a hot one outside, but
Very hot.
hopefully, should the weather hold up, we will be back here as the Stratford Brakettes return to action for the first time since the fire department game. Swung on and missed nothing in one. Against Via Scarpa leading things off. Scarpa, Irons, and Dillon do up for the junior Brakettes. Oh, one cut on and miss now, nothing in two.
Parkowitz with a nice curveball there. Started off in the middle, broke outside.
The 0-2 outside, 1-2. Sometimes, too, a force of habit, I look behind home plate as well. So
Here comes an umpire now. A uniformed umpire.
the 1-2 grounder over the short, fielded cleanly. The throw and the out. 6-3, 1 away.
3-1 away. I see blue.
That looks like Assistant Chief Mike Caperlingo's putting on the
Now batting the shortstop number 14,
uniform outfit
Hannah Iron.
right from the fire department to DeLuca Hall of Fame field. Mike Caperlingo.
So thank
He's
you.
going to step right in there, too.
Thank you, Katie, for helping out, and thank you to the umpire for showing up for us. Appreciate it.
All right, looks like we are ready to go once again. Thank you again to Katie Siglan-Paglia. And now, looks like that is Mike Caperlingo. Will be our umpire going forward for the rest of this ball game. 0-1 now the count. So from umpiring duties to now coaching first goes Katie Siglan-Paglia. And over at third base, one of the other coaches of the Junior Brakettes, Mr. Quinn Sandor, and a couple of choppers over to short.
That was a nice
6-3, 2 away.
Pair of nice plays right there by Seabick. Ranging far to left up the middle to make that one.
So now Avery Dillon, first pitch low, and well, just low, 1-0.
Like a drop ball.
One oh, first hit of the game, maybe for the Junior Brakettes. The throw just not in time as they tried to rob a hit from Avery Dillon, but she's able to beat it out over at first.
Well, you saw Sydney Sedlock racing in, thinking she had to play at first, and she did. About a half a step in there was Dillon.
First pitch to Amadon is a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 foul ball, 0-2. So each team now with a hit. Amadon the batter. No balls, 2 strikes to Aaliyah Amadon.
Nice pitch.
Just
Outside.
missed outside, 1-2. A little bit of an off-speed pitch there from Parkowitz. Now 2-2. And the 2-2 foul ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Still 2-2, 2 out. Amazon again out of the University of New Haven. Recently named Division I school over the summer here, and the count runs full, 3-2.
So Dylan will be off on a release at first.
Payoff base hit, this time the 5-6 gap, and all with 2 outs, back-to-back singles for the Junior Brakettes.
Nice piece of hitting on a full count pitch right there. She served it into left field.
For number 7, hey.
Now Paige Perkins.
So we saw the softball U have bases loaded, nobody out with Emily Rarick shutting the door. Now with 2 outs. Here come the juniors.
First pitch cut on and miss. 0-1. We'll see if Parkowitz could get out of this jam.
Got a lot of room in the right center.
A late developing jam, if you will, for her to throw down to second.
Pretty close.
No, safe.
That's Serrano with the sending it back down to second. Almost caught her leaning. Might have been at the point where she could have went to third.
1-1 in the dirt. Ball gets away. Everybody moves up. Now 2 in scoring position for the juniors. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 out. And the pitch. In there for a called strike. Now 2-2.
Fastball started over the middle, broke inside.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 runners on for the Junior Brakettes. The offering is fouled and will land right on the netting and still rolling the foul territory. Count remains 2-2. Two hit in the air at playable in the infield and caught over at short side, retired.
That was way up there. Getting underneath it was Julia Seebeck. So both teams have had runners in scoring position unable to cash in.
Both teams here through 2 innings, a player 0 for 2 in that category. We go to the third. Still no score from Frank DeLuca, Hall of Fame field in Stratford, Connecticut. It's going to be 10-1 and 2 for softball U. According to my research, this team is based out of Milford. Sometimes Google is wrong, however, I believe from what I've seen,
They do have some
couple
foreign,
sites
right?
have.
They do have some foreign high school players.
I believe so, yes.
They have pretty much completely white uniforms. The tops have brown for sleeves.
Top of the third inning we go.
Letters and numbers are in brown. Socks are brown.
Number 9.
Everything else is white.
So Manzioni leads things off. First pitch. See where that went. I believe a ball
That
went.
was called a strike.
It was called a strike. Cut on a miss now, 0-2. Oh, two misses, 1-2.
Underneath the hands of Parkeritz or Manzione.
Which means he only fouls that one off. Again, 10-1-2 due up for softball U.
Fans still filing in for this one.
Cut on and missed, strike 3, one away. That's now strikeout number 4 for Rarick. Not 2 straight. Also retired on strikes. And now Julia O'Connell worked a leadoff walk back in the top of the first to start off the ball game. As we take a trip for the second time down the softball U lineup. 1-0 the count. That one misses high. One and one.
Nice pitch by Rarick on the outside corner.
One misses. Now 2-1.
The spinner went away off the outside part.
Two one cut on this now 2-2.
It's like the sun is going down behind some high clouds, thin high clouds.
Now ready to 2-2. Fly ball foul.
Count remains 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Foul tip again. Still 2-2, 1 out, nobody on for softball U. Two high. Count runs full, 3-2. 1 out. Top of the third. Payoff fouled. Still 3-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Sedlak on deck. Connell the batter.
This has become a battle.
In there, strike 3 right on the corner to change up will get O'Connell. And that is now the 3rd straight strikeout and 5th in total for Rarick.
Right.
The decision went to Rarick on that one with the changeup on the outside part.
Sedlak, who had that bunt single back in the first. 1-0 the count. 2-0.
Saw Segla once again showing bunt. Took it, pulled the back in time.
2-0, a strike now, 2-1. Two one foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Nobody on for softball U. Two fly ball foul. So
2 balls, 2 strikes.
also preview of our High Pack Out Town scoreboard update. Got 2 out of the 3 local teams in action. As it looks like there's one major, or possibly 2 major upsets to report out in Wimbledon as
Okay.
well. 2-2 foul as that kicks off, or started today, rather. It kicked off today in England. The third of 4 major tennis tournaments this year. And the 2-2. Cut on, they're going to say missed for strike 3. Safe will be Sedlock. So that's the third straight strikeout, though, for Rarick. However, a wild pitch. Sedlock over to first.
Yeah, it looked like the pitch caught part of the plate. Sedlock did swing and miss strike 3. Popped straight up, and Toth could not locate it. Rolled all the way to the end of the backstop. Sedlock easily beat it out.
Lamort takes ball 1-0.
A dangerous hitter right here in Kendall Lamort. Watch Sedlock at first. She got some wheels.
1-0 to Lamort. Upstairs, throw down to second, not in time. There's runner in scoring position, number 3.
Rather aggressive on the bases.
2-0 now the count. 2-0 misses, count 3-0. 3-0. Lamort, who played for the Stratford Brakettes back in 2023. 3-0, there's a strike now, 3-1.
Hard-nosed player, aggressive. Got a strong throwing arm, too, when she's in the field.
It's a third place team in the WMS. 3-1 foul. Now 3-2 is the count. Good job from Rarick to work her way back to a full count. And the payoff moments away. Hit in the air, playable, and caught. So that will end a string of 4 straight strikeouts. However,
Nothing across for softball U.
another 0 on the scoreboard for softball U. As we've played 2.5. Still looking for the game's first run. It will be 9, 10, 11 due up for the Junior Brakettes for Lone, Monshine, and Toth. How about we take a look at our Lordship Corner Market weather check? Temperature dropped a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty warm. It's
I mean,
Very uncomfortable weather. I think the dew point's got to be in the 60s. Humidity's up there as well.
We're
Probably
at
almost the same.
right now 80 feels like 84.
Right.
Dew point is at 69 degrees, humidity 70%,
Yeah, it's
and the air pressure is under 30 inches. It's
wow.
at 29.92 or 29.92, so kind of makes the air a little bit heavier as well when it's under.
If there's any kind of breeze indicated by the leaves down the left side here, it looks like it's coming from the south and west, but very light and variable.
So tomorrow morning, it looks like the main front of the weather's supposed to come. There's supposed to be a big rain squall around 5 and 6 a.m. And then looking, there's chances of thunderstorms between 6 and 7 tomorrow night.
Wow.
Hopefully that kind of dissipates, if you will, and we don't see any rain or thunder. As Verlone, the former Red Devil, will lead things off. It's Verlone, Monshine, and Tothall due up. And Verlone with a lead-off single. And that throw gets away. Think they were going to try to get the out at first, but the throw goes high as Verlone will head over to second on the air.
Once again, Sedlock trying to get the out at first. A low liner sunk in at the right field line, and her throw sailed past everybody, rolled to the junior Brakettes dugout, which allowed Verlone to go to second. So the juniors are set up right now to start things off here in the bottom of the third.
We have a courtesy runner. I'm trying to see the number. First pitch in the dirt. And back goes the courtesy runner. Ball gets away again, and another errant throw allows the runner to head over to third. Looks like that's number 15. One, oh, Monshine, it's that one deep to right, and will land in the junior Brakettes strike first on an RBI double.
RBI double.
1-0 junior Brakettes.
Big hit off the bat of Zoe Monshine.
Brakettes lead 1-0.
So she doubles.
Out, runner on second, now batting the catcher, number 18, Avery.
To score. I believe that'll be an unearned run. No, it is an earned run. No,
I believe it. First pitch, strike call.
They had no play on Verlone anywhere, or the courtesy runner. But that ball clearly over the head of Sedlock, all the way to the wall. She's in there with a double.
0-1 in there for a strike now. 0-2 to Avery Toth. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mo, but I believe the rule is that if it's an unearned run, if it's a straight error, but it's an earned run if you reach base and then the error is played.
Right, that's what it is.
0-2 inside 1 and 2.
Had that been a single, then it might have been changed things, but that's a double. It was purely a double.
Two and two.
That's a nice change by Parkowitz. Showing some back control up there, Avery Toth.
2-2 in the dirt, and a full count now to Toth. The 3-2 payoff will be in there for a strike. one away. Brings us to the top of the junior Brakettes order and CC Cummings.
Second, now batting. CC Cummings.
CC Cummings steps to the plate, grounded to third in the first.
First pitch, a strike, 0-1.
Of course, they're expecting Cummings to bunt.
Hard hit ball.
Oh.
Nice play over at short again there from Seebeck.
Seebeck, hard hit ball. Took a little tricky hop. Was able to get right in her glove. Fires it over to Moss. Going to third was Monshine.
Seebeck with another great play. Now Gabby Yamoa with 2 outs. Runner on third, though, for the junior Brakettes. Trying to add to their 1-0 lead. First pitch, check swing, did not go. 1-0.
For Seebeck at short, that's her third assist. And she has a putout. So she's a very busy girl over at shortstop.
Strike, 1-1. One in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Now the count. Two one, Chopper the second, 4-3, side retired.
Nice.
However, Zoe Monshine with the game's first RBI with a double. We're through 3. It's the Junior Brakettes 1, Softball U nothing, right here on Brakettes.com and on YouTube.
Rick will head back out to the circle for her 4th inning of work. It's like Caroline Ballone's going to go into catch. That's maybe splitting the duties.
Caroline's catching up.
So that will be a change to our Milford Bank always their defensive alignment. Or lone catcher. Toth now the extra hitter.
Of course, it could be heat related. It's pretty warm down on that field. Malls will start things off for Softball U. Corners are in. Middle straight up, outfield straight away.
First pitch, foul, 0-1. Again, 4, 5, and 6 for Softball U.
They're looking to tie it up.
I mean, other than the heat and humidity, this has been a pretty nice day here at DeLuca Field.
Yeah, once that sun goes down, it's going to get pretty comfortable.
1-1 upstairs now, 2-1. That's how it's probably going to be these next few days.
Yeah.
We're going to be temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, very humid. Now, once the sun starts to go down, it's almost like Mother Nature turns on an air conditioner. 3-1 now the count. Cut on and missed. Count runs full, 3-2.
Moss just underneath that one.
Payoff. Low and away and a leadoff walk for Moss.
That's the tying run aboard for softball U.
So Alexa Young, who struck out back in the first.
Playing third base, number 20, Alexa Young.
And the story of this game, though, softball U 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Junior Brakettes are 1 for 4. Nothing and 1 the count. Oh, 1 misses, nobody goes anywhere. Counts now 1-1.
It's a nice block by Berlone on the changeup. Kept it in front. Kept Moss at first.
1-1 cut on and miss now, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, runner on first, the 1-2. Foul back. Count remains 1-2.
Watch Moss on first.
Gonna find a gap in right center. Grounding second inning for third is Moss, and a stand-up double for Alexa Young. And now 2 on with nobody out here in the top of the 4th.
That's Alexa Young with a 1-2 pitch, putting a charge into one to send one into right center gap all the way to wall. And now softball U has something cooking.
Julia Seebeck now, first pitch a strike, 0-1.
Her first at bat, she fouled out to Perkins at third behind home plate.
It's just the second hit of the game, but we're going to be tied on a wild pitch. Moss scores. Moving to third is Young, and it's 1-0, or 1-1, excuse me. Yeah, the 1-1 count. Berlin blocks that one this time. 2-1 the count.
The corners are slightly, and the middle's in. Outfield straight away for Julia Seebeck.
2-1. That's going to get through. And softball U takes a 2-1 lead.
A seeing eye singles to center, just past Rarick, and irons at short in the center field. Got ourselves a ball game here in the top of the 4th.
Denise Serrano.
Oh, those base on balls, Will. Came around to score was Moss at third. Went Young, and now all of a sudden she scores on a Seebeck single.
One zero throw down, 1-1 now the count.
Alone with the snap throw to get Seebeck, not in time.
So now 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors now for softball U. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Junior Brakettes. I'm almost reminiscent of game 1 on Saturday where the Junior Brakettes out-hit the Connecticut Rebels 9-5, but lost that one 3-2. 2-1 upstairs, now 3-1 the count.
Nobody warming up in the junior pen. Rarick has had some control issues once again.
3-1. Oh, right back up the middle to Rarick. They'll get the out at second to throw the first, not in time. Good job, though, by Emily Rarick. 1-6.
Fielding a position. Hard hit ball right back to her. And hard. Makes the play to Irons to catch the lead runner.
For number 21, Brianna Potok.
Brianna Potok now. Swing foul ball. 0-1 to Potok.
Looks like Serrano will run for herself.
Oh, 1 now, 0-2. Go 2 to Potok. Takes that one to right center, and again it will fall in. Runners at the corners for softball U.
So Potok with a 2-strike delivery to right center as well. Going to third to Serrano. Softball U is set up with runners on the corner. Only one out here in the top of the fourth, looking to add to that 2-1 lead.
And now Leah Parkowitz. Caught on and missed, 0-1.
First run for softball U scored on a wild pitch.
Now 0-2. Drop ball that time, getting Parkowitz to chase. Looks like there is action in the softball U bullpen, though. As Parkowitz will find that one for an RBI bloop single. And that is now the fourth hit of the inning for softball U.
So on
And
that,
the third run of the inning, Mo.
yeah, they 3 runs, and then we're going to have a gathering in the circle. But that soft liner to center, a good read by Brianna Potok. She didn't get caught in between the bases, able to get to second ahead of any attempt to get her out.
Okay, the courtesy runner for the pitcher at first.
So now Julia Seebeck, who
Softball U with
gave softball U the lead 3-1 earlier, will run for the pitcher. Their courtesy runner.
Number 9, Sydney.
Now Mangione the bat. Caught on and missed on a high riser there.
A couple of 2-strike hits here. 4 straight.
0-1 in and out of the glove of Scarpa. 3-4-3, 2 away.
3-4-3 on that, put out, 2 away.
Potok goes to third. Seebeck to second.
Top of the order, runners in second and third for the center fielder, number 4.
2 away brings up Julia O'Connell. She walked and then later struck out. 0-1 officially. She'll take a strike, 0-1. 2 runners in scoring position now. Chopper right back over to Rarick. Side retired. However, softball U with a 3 spot in the top of the fourth. We are halfway through game 1 of 2 from Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field. It's softball U3, the Junior Brakettes 1.
So the Junior Brakettes got their work cut out for them. Trailing midway through this one. We got off to a little bit of a late start due to an umpire scheduling delay. Katie Sampaglia stepped up, volunteered.
Tomorrow night, July
And
1st.
In the bottom of the second,
In a doubleheader versus Connecticut
Mike
Lightning
Capolingo,
right here.
a veteran umpire,
First pitch,
local,
6:30. tomorrow
got the
evening,
call to come down and
the Brakettes host
finish
Connecticut
out
Lightning
game one. I'm
for
sure he'll be here
doubleheader,
for game two.
6:30 for the pitch.
So again, tomorrow it's the Stratford Brakettes and Connecticut Lightning. 6:30 p.m. first pitch. We'll have the call for you right here on Brakettes.com and on YouTube. Again, that is a 6:30 p.m. start time. It's the makeup from one of last week's heat wave postponements. As
Do we have a catching change? I think there's a
it looks
change.
like Kendall Lamar is behind
Yeah.
home plate.
Looks like Lamort will go behind the plate.
Now Carissa Spring to lead things off. It's 3-4-5. The heart of the junior lineup. Looking to get back into this one. She flew out deep to Sedlock in her last at bat. Back in the first inning. 1-0.
Oh,
What
wow.
a catch over at short.
Nice job. Great grab by Seebeck. Backhanded grab off that line drive. It turned her around to her right. Got the glove up in time. Timing was everything there. Timed it perfectly. That was a bullet.
So that's the second
That'd be
at bat in a row for Spring where she gets robbed of a hit. And now Sophia Scarpa takes ball one.
Seebeck came to play. In several plays, couple of putouts and 4 or 5 assists. And we're in the fourth.
1-0 fly ball. That could be trouble just out of the reach of Seebeck.
Long way for that one. Not much of a chance. Almost got to it. Count evens at 1.
One in the dirt, 2-1. Liner foul.
Hard hit ball by Scarpa down the left field line, wide of the baseline. Foul ball retrieved by I don't know who we have in left field for the softball U. Do you see it?
I'm looking for the number.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it on our lineup card.
We're given 2 extra hitters by mistake. There's strike 3, 2 away. Scarpa down on strikes.
So I don't know if Serrano went out there. Could be Janice Serrano in left field, number 24. We'll see when she comes off.
That's now the second strikeout for Parkowitz. And fly ball foul, 0-1. Oh, 1. Liner over to first. 1, 2, 3 go the junior Brakettes. So we're going to head to the fifth. Softball U leads it 3-1 as we head to the top of the fifth inning.
And you were watching Junior Brakettes softball here on Brakettes.com and YouTube. We're coming to you live from the Hal Baird broadcast studio here in the Hal Baird press box at DeLuca Hall of Fame Field. Of course, if you're not familiar with DeLuca Hall of Fame Field, we are located on the banks of the Housatonic River, where you can enjoy the fine cuisine of park benches and tables and a couple of food trucks a tenth of a mile down the road along the river. You can also get there from the Marble Archways off Main Street. There's a bike path and pedestrian pathway leading all the way to the river, which is also located just beyond the outfield right field fence. Certainly, you can make a day here with the amenities surrounding the ballpark.
Leading off the top of the fifth inning, right fielder number 22, Sidney Sedlock.
So Sedlock, Lamort, and Moss all due up. 2, 3, 4 for softball U.
She reached a couple of times a bunt single in the first, struck out in the third, went to first on the pass ball. Juniors were not able to complete the at bat.
First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0.
Corners creeping in for the juniors, middle straight up.
1-0 outside. Now 2 balls, no strikes. Two 0 strike now 2-1.
It's like Mrs. Baird's directly in front of us here, huh? Out of camera view.
Well, hello to her. And that will split the gap. A tough play there over at second for Dylan. Not going to be able to make it. So a leadoff single for Sidney Sedlock.
And went right between Scarpa and Dylan. Dylan completely laid out, unable to stop it. So Sedlock leads the top of the fifth off with a single.
So now the 6th hit of the day for softball U. Takes the ball high 1-0. And all of a sudden, the momentum is solely on softball U's hands.
They've been putting runners on and making things happen.
Grounder to second. They get the force at second throw not in time, so Lamort reaches on a fielder's choice 6-4.
One out, one on for softball U.
Here's number 99, Checkup.
Moss now got that 3-run rally started last inning with a walk and then scored on a wild pitch. One strike 1-1. 1-1 to count. Liner caught
nice
over at third. The throw down not in time to first.
Wow.
But L5 goes
Very,
Moss 2
very
away.
close at first. Line drive right to Perkins, hit very hard. Had a chance to double off the courtesy runner over at first, but getting back there in time was 22 for softball U.
Good job from Paige Perkins. 1-0 now to count. Junior Brakettes and softball U. So many great battles throughout the years between these two teams. 1-1 now to count. Foul ball, now 1-2.
It could be Sidney Sedlock running.
That's the Curtis.
Can't.
That would be a courtesy runner situation
For Lamort.
for Lamort. Foul ball, still 1-2. One, two inside, now 2-2. Two. Cut on and missed strike 3. So Young down on strikes. Well, nothing for softball U. We now head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-1. Softball U on top. And it'll be Dylan, Amadon, and Perkins all due up for the Junior Brakettes. That's 6, 7, and 8.
Looks like Lamort's heading out to. Anyway, we'll have a new catcher. She might be moving out to left field.
So 99 is the catcher.
Jenna Moss.
Jenna Moss. Looks like Lamort.
Toronto goes to first. Lamort's in left. Right?
Correct.
Got it. As softball U plays musical chairs in the field. They're enjoying a 3-1 lead, that's for certain, and the Junior Brakettes have some work to do as we start going into the later innings.
This will be Parkowitz's 5th inning of work here in the bottom of the 5th.
Dylan singled back in the 2nd inning. Made it all the way around to 3rd.
First pitch foul, 0-1.
Sharp ground ball wide to first. Looks like Sedlak is going to retrieve it.
0-1. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for softball U. A run, 4 hits, no errors for the Junior Brakettes. One and one. Two and one. 2-1 to count for Avery Dillon. Grounder over to second. Fielded cleanly. 4-3, 1 away.
Slow roller to Potok. Able to retire the leadoff runner here in the bottom of the 5th.
Down now. Single in their last at bat. Left on second. Ball in the dirt, 1-0. One zero high, 2-0.
Parkowitz pours one in there for a called strike on the inside part of the plate.
2-1 now the count to Ramadan. That was a good setup there from Moss. 2-1. Chopper foul. Evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Two cut on and missed. Strike 3, ball in the dirt. K2-3, 2 away. Now 3 strikeouts on the day.
Parkowitz with the slow changeup bounced in front of Moss, able to control it, send it down to Serrano at first.
Now 8 in a row retired for the junior Brakettes. Paige Perkins will now bat. She flew out to shortstop in her first at bat. Takes ball high, 1-0.
Juniors had 2 hits in the second, 2 hits in the third.
1-0 in there now, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 out, nobody on for the junior Brakettes.
Nice change up
No,
there.
that's a nasty changeup. Now 1-2 the count. Two and two. As Rice ball misses that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Paige Perkins, the batter. Had a couple nice plays defensively today. Takes that one to straightaway center and will be caught for out number 3.
Julia O'Connell tracks that one for the third and final out in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the 6th. Softball U leads this one 3-1.
It's now 9 straight. Junior Brakettes retired 3-1. We go to the 6th. Softball U will now have 6, 7, and 8 due up.
They look ahead to the later innings. They're looking to add to their lead.
And Will Gallagher, Moschletti bringing you the call right here from Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field in Stratford, Connecticut. We're back out for their 6th inning of work. Just one tough inning is the difference here. It's 3 runs in the top of the 4th for Softball U. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for them. And just 1 run for the Junior Brakettes back in the bottom of the 3rd. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for them.
We head to the 6th. Then leading off the 6th for softball youth, the shortstop number 2, Julia Seabank.
Seabeck will lead things off against Seabeck, Serrano, and Potok.
There it goes.
Ball's hitting the air deep to the left, but foul, 0-1.
Got around on the rear fastball. Skibik sends it down the line into the foul territory.
Softball U's first RBI belonged to her.
That was a single back in the 4th.
Scored Alexa Young, who reached on a double. And now 0-2. So that 3-run inning is the lone difference in this one. For Softball U. Now 1-2 the count. Two. Now full count 3-2. Looking for the payoff here to Seabeck. Serrano on deck. And the payoff. Fly ball, well foul into the bleachers out in the right. Looks for a crowd behind home plate.
Yeah, it was good.
Pretty good crowd for a Monday night.
Very well attended.
And the payoff, low ball 4. So a leadoff walk to Julius Seabeck.
We'll see how softball you plays it right here. We'll watch the junior corners come in. The middle looks like they're going to go back to play for 2. Outfield straight away.
About an hour, 20 minutes into this one. We had a 24-minute umpire delay. 1-0 the count. Fly ball in the air. It's going to carry well.
Oh.
What a catch over.
What
and
a great play.
Now all you got to do is throw it over to first, and it will go down as a 9-6-3 double play.
Put a circle around that one. Zoe Monshine completely past her. Dove way out towards the warning track out there. On the ground, makes the catch. Never in a thought and process was Seabeck at first. She raced around all the bases only to get doubled up at first.
What a play there from Zoe Monshine.
Wow.
First pitch strike, 0-1.
That was an old-time diving play, almost like the Ron Swoboda one in 1969.
0-1 to Potok, now 0-2.
I mean, her dive was straight towards the wall.
Huge play there from Monshine. She'll be batting second next inning.
Of course.
0-2 the count. I mean, that unwritten rule. Also having the only RBI of the game thus far for the Junior Brakettes. What a game one she is having. 0-2 upstairs, 1-2. Check swing. Did she go? No. 2-2. Remember, no appeal. As for a long while an appeal, but no field umpire as of right now. 2-2. Chopper foul. Still 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Still buzzing about that.
Absolutely.
Monshine play outside full count 3-2.
Nice one.
Payoff. Back to Monshine. She'll chase it down once again. So, facing the minimum is Emily Rarick. We will head to the bottom of the 6th. Big defensive inning for the Junior Brakettes. They look to try to Ride some momentum here in the bottom of the sixth, around 3-1.
If they ride momentum, it'll be courtesy of Zoe Monshine's grab out there in right field. She'll be adding second. You mentioned that this inning.
9, 10, 11, Berlone, Monshine, Toth all due up for the Junior Brakettes. Arkowitz coming back out to pitch the bottom of the sixth. And she has been brilliant today, only allowing 1 run off 4 hits and 3 strikeouts to show for it.
Retiring 8 straight Junior Braquette hitters. They're going all the way back to the third. Caroline Berlone scored her runner scored the lone Junior Braquette run after she singled to start off that third. Of course, Zoe Monshine doubled her runner in.
Sixth inning now. Leading off for the Junior Brakettes, number 10, Caroline Berlone.
Now Berlone. Again, Berlone, Monshine, and Toth all due up. 9, 10, 11 for the Junior Brakettes. They're down by a pair of runs. Ball 1. 1-0. Berlone takes that one upstairs, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, no out. Two one.
Taken all the way was Berlone. Now she becomes a hitter. She knows that the Briquettes need runners.
Singled in the third. Advanced on an error. 2-1 foul ball, now 2-2. 9 straight retired after the Zoe Monshine RBI double. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, no one on. Leadoff hitter for the Junior Brakettes. Liner, and that one will get through and drop for a safe is Berlone there.
Oh.
That will be a single.
As O'Connell making that bid to grab it in the air, hit off her glove. A nice attempt by O'Connell. Unable to hang on, so on with a leadoff single, Caroline Berlone.
And now the time run at the plate, Zoe Monshine doubled.
Yeah,
and she'll get her second hit of the game. Rounding second is Lugo, the courtesy runner for Berlone. Now runners at the corners, tying run on base. Go ahead run to the plate will be Avery Toth.
Definitely sharp single to right center.
Now batting number 18, Avery.
So big spot here. Runners at the corner, nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. Junior Briquettes look to tie it and add more.
First pitch cut on and missed, 0-1. Toth. See if Monshine's going to go over to second.
He's got plenty of room. The middle is way away from second base.
Top of the order, and Cummings on deck. Foul ball, 0-2 to Toth. As the foul ball plays Plinko on the bleachers.
Runners are even with the bag. or check that the corners are even with the bag.
The 0-2 in there, strike 3. So Toth down strikes for the second time of the day. 4th strikeout for Parkowitz.
And Monshine went to second.
Now the tying run to second, more importantly for the Junior Brakettes. CC Cummings, who was a pair of groundouts 5-3 and 6-3. Last roundout was a great play over at short. Foul ball. 1-1 the count. Junior Brakettes came in to this game with a record of 6-2 after the split Saturday. 1-1 to count. Looking to try to manufacture a run here. Now 2-1. Looking for that big hit. In the dirt, hitters count for Cummings.
Here we're working with an open bag at first. The on-deck hitter is Gabby Yamoa.
Three one. Liner just foul. Count runs full. 3-2.
A good piece off the bat, just sliced foul.
Full count to Cummings. 1-2.
So again, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Second and third are the runners for the Junior Brakettes. Tying run is on second.
Oh,
Liner,
there it is.
base hit. At least the run's gonna score. Monshine gonna try. She's safe. And the Junior Brakettes tie it up.
Big hit off the bat of CC Cummins. A sharp single to right. Coming up firing a Sedlock. Not in time to catch the speeding Zoe Monshine from second when we're all tied up. Lugo scored the first run. Monshine the tying one. And on first, CC Cummings, a threat to steal. 1 out.
Now Gabby Amoa looking to give the Junior Brakettes the lead here. First pitch swinging, foul. 0-1 to Yamoa. That was the 7th hit of the game for the Junior Brakettes as well.
Looking ahead to the top of the 7th, it'll be Parkowitz, Manzione, top of the order, O'Connell for Softball U.
Oh, 1 in there for a strike, 0-2. We got a dandy here at Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field. What a game we are treated to.
There's some great plays, timely hits.
The 0-2. Hit into foul territory once again. Just missing one of the trash cans over there and the Softball U dugout side on the first baseline. 0-2. Spring on deck. The 0-2 outside. 1-2.
Parkowitz with a changeup there.
Chopper Gonna be a tough play for Seabeck, but she gets the play. A productive out, though, from Yamoa, 2 away, 6-3. Almost like a swinging bunt, if you will. However, Spring will now bat the non-sacrifice sacrifice.
Yeah, it was a bouncer. The only play was at first, and Seabeck made it. Put CC Cummings in scoring position.
Upstairs 1-0. There's a strike on the drop ball there, off-speed drop pitch.
Yeah, that was a very slow pitch, and Spring wasn't expecting it. She took it all the way.
Spring does have some power. She's 0 for 2, robbed twice of hits.
Oh, the liner to short was a bullet.
2-1 now the count. She finds a gap somewhere.
And
Or at least hits it to the outfield. The Junior Brakettes could take the lead with Cummings speed at second. 2-1 check swing. No. 3-1. Three one
wow.
right back to Parkowitz. 1-3 side retired. The Junior Brakettes do tie it up, but if they want to win this ball game here tonight, they're gonna have to try to walk it off. But they need to stop first. We'll head to the 7th. It's the Softball U3, the Junior Brakettes 3 right here on Brakettes.com and on YouTube.
And to recap it a little bit, the Softball U squad scored 3 runs in the 4th. It held up. I checked that Junior Briquettes broke the score early with a 1-0, 1 run in the bottom of the 3rd. Softball U came back with 3 in the top of the 4th, and here in the bottom of the 6th, Junior scored 2 to tie it.
Just a reminder, this is only game 1 of our doubleheader. We have one more game coming up after this one. As is the Junior Brakettes and Softball U. And then tomorrow we'll be back here before we take a holiday break. It will be the Stratford Brakettes and the Connecticut Lightning 18 and under squad. And Parkowitz will lead things off. It's 9-10-1 due up. And one of our other umpires just showed up. First pitch strike, 0-1.
I'm not sure what's going on the other side of the glass there, but it seems like
The 0-1 cut on a miss down, 0-2.
whatever they say, we're not responsible for, Will.
100% correct, Mo. The 0-2 outside, 1-2.
And the squabble continues. This is the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 7th.
One, two, cut on a miss, strike 3, 1 away. Now, Mangione will bat. She's 0 for 2. Strikeout and ground out in their first 2 at bats. What a day from Emily Rarick. So far on the mound, just one tough inning back in the 3rd.
So this is Brianna Parmes at the plate for Manzione.
All right, looks like we have a pinch hitter. Foul ball. Paul meets the batter. And now we have a field umpire here for the rest of game one, and now, and of course, for game two as well. 1-2 to count. Cut on and missed strike three, back-to-back strikeouts. That's now 9 in total for Rierick.
2 down here in the seventh. We go to the top of the order. Here's number 4, Julia O'Connell.
O'Connell, who is 0 for 2, reached on a walk and then put out via the strikeout and a ground out. First pitch strike, 0-1. 0-1 to count. Looking ahead to the junior Brakettes, they will have 4, 5, 6 due up. Try to walk it off potentially in the bottom of the seventh. 1-1 to count. Ground ball will get through.
Wow.
And the inning continues for Softball U as they look for a 2-out rally. As O'Connell is aboard for the second time today, this time on a base hit. Brings up Sidney Sedlock.
O'Connell sneaks one past Perkins at third and Irons at short.
Sedlock reached all 3 times, twice on a single, once on a strikeout in the wild pitch. 1-0 the count, Sedlock. Teams are not quite even, but are even in the runs and the hits right now on the scoreboard. So that was the 7th Softball U hit of the evening. 1-1 the count. 1-1, a bunt attempt with 2 out. Sedlock's going to be safe. No one covering at third. They're going to throw over. Ball gets away.
Wow. A bunt base hit by Sedlock, and all this chaos ensues.
And our second bunt single of the game, the 8th hit for Softball U. Kendall Lamort will now bat. And that's the second bunt single of the day by Sidney Sedlock. First pitch of strike, 0-1. And now an opportunity for the potential go-ahead run at third for Softball U. Nothing in 2. Defensive indifference will allow Sedlock to take second. The 0-2 foul ball. Fans starting to creep at the edge of their seats.
Yeah, you can see there is tension in the air. All this with 2 outs.
Now 2 runners in scoring position, so it could be a 2-run lead for Softball U if they get a hold of one here. Foul ball. If Kendall Lamort could try to get a hit.
The former Brakettes looking to do some damage.
Reach for that one. Staying alive, 0-2. 2 on, 2 out. 0-2 the count, 3-3 the score. There's a lot to love right now here at Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field. The 0-2 to Lamort. Upstairs, 1-2.
You can hear that softball U bench. They're into it here.
The 1-2. Backhand play, and the throw is not going to be in time, and over the head at first. And softball U retakes a 5-3 lead. A hit and an error, at least one RBI for Lamort.
Lamort, Sharp's ground ball in the hole at short. Irons came up firing, went over the head of Scarpa at first, allowing Sedlock to score all the way from second after O'Connell scoring from third.
1 earned, 1 not earned. And softball U takes the lead 5-3. And now the Junior Brakettes are going to have to try to answer back and tie things up. But every time the Junior Brakettes score, softball U is there to answer. That's been the story of the game so far. Bottom of the third, Junior Brakettes put up a run. Top of the fourth, 3 for softball U. Bottom of the sixth, 2 runs for the Junior Brakettes. And they answer back with 2 in the top of the seventh. Cannot quite get that last out pitch for Emily Rarick. And as you mentioned earlier, Mo, all this with 2 out. Strike now 2-2. However, for the Junior Brakettes, the good news for them is that they do have 4, 5, and 6 due up exactly who you want up in this situation. 2-2, strike 3. They do get the out, but the damage has been done. Softball U put up 2 runs. That's a 10 strikeout day, however, for Emily Rarick. And now to the bottom of the 7th we go. 4, 5, and 6, Scarpa, Irons, and Dillon all due up.
So Palmise will stay in the game. She's going out to left field.
Parkowitz looking for the complete game win. So a tough break there for the Junior Brakettes. They get 2 quick outs, however, unable to get out of the inning unscathed. They give up 2 runs in the top of the 7th. 5 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for softball U. 3 runs, 7 hits, and an error for the Junior Brakettes. Sophia Scarpa to lead things off against Scarpa. Irons, Dillon all due up.
Scarpa is 0 for 2, grounded to short and a strikeout in the 4th.
Liner off the tip of the glove. It's going to go down. It's 3-4-3, though, 1 away. Second time we've seen that ground out.
It looks like Moss is back at first. It went off her glove over to Potok and then back to Moss to complete the play.
I was on the first pitch of the inning as well. Now Irons takes the swing at the first pitch there, bobbled over at short, E6, and once again, tying run comes to the plate. Avery Dillon will be the batter. Amadon.
Avery Dillon.
So a rare blemish in this one by Skibik at short. Kind of ate her up. The ground ball hugged the ground. Went off her glove, not able to complete the play.
Liner foul, nothing and one. 5 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for softball U. 3 runs, 7 hits, and error for the Junior Brakettes. Check swing. Did she go? No, I don't think so. At least I believe that's what the home plate umpire said, or the second base umpire said.
Now the scoreboard went out.
2-1 now the count, and the scoreboard just went out. I mean, the game, this high electricity here today, it's a little too much for the scoreboard. What a great game it is, though. 2-1 the count. Now 3-1. Free time at Junior Brakettes scored. Softball U answers. Three one miss. I mean, I had a 3-1.
I believe they called the swing on that check swing.
Called the swing, but I did not see the fist. I saw the point down. Okay, maybe it was overruled. So 3-2 now the count. Grounder over to second, gets through, and a base hit there.
So now the Junior Brakettes looking to tie this one up, have the runners on base to do so. Only one out.
One with 1 out, now batting.
That's the 8th hit of the game for the Junior Brakettes. Aaliyah Ahmadon to bat. Runner at second and first with 1 out. But the winning run now at the plate. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0. At least they have a couple of cracks trying to tie this game up.
I don't know. You see that? It just went out.
Scoreboard's back up, though.
Well, I turned it off and
1-1.
put it back on. Save the game and save. You can be cleared, but it's still when I did it took a second. Came back on.
5 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for softball U. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Junior Brakettes. 1-1 in the dirt now, 2-1.
Starting to get very interesting here. Down deck hitter is Paige Perkins.
Two one. Inside 3-1 the count. If you're Amadon here, a message. Well, if you're Quinn Sandor right now, I'm sure the message is base hit ball 4. Anyway on. 3-1 takes that one sky high, deep to center field.
Gone.
Oh, what a play out in center! Grounding third. A run's going to come home to score. It's 5-4, but what a play, robbing Amadon. That's Julia Hogano. Are you kidding me? Val Sudo-like.
Wow, another one straight back, diving over the wall to bring that one back. Out is Amadon. Might go down as a sacrifice fly RBI.
It's a long sac fly. Momentum took her over the fence. And now they're going to talk things over.
Iron scored. Did Dylan score as well? I don't see.
No, just Irons. Dylan is still at first.
Okay, Dylan's. Okay, yeah, that's her at first base. Yep, that's Avery Dillon at first base. Interesting.
They're talking things over. Are they trying to see? Well, if she made the catch outside or inside the park.
That's right.
And momentum takes her over, it's an out.
It's an out, but then she's got to come back into the field of play to throw it. You can't throw from the other side of the fence.
Wonder what's going on here.
They're
Looks
putting
like
her, yeah,
they're gonna put Avery Dillon at third. I believe because the throw was made outside of the fence.
and it's a two base.
Yep, that's
Because
two
she,
bases.
yeah, so she threw from the other side of the fence, out of play side of the fence. So it's two bases from that point. Had she come into the field and play and then made that throw, it would have been a play somewhere, or wherever Dylan would have made the next base she would advance to.
So 2 runners over to third. So 2 out, runner on third. I mean, that is a pretty. I mean, you can't.
It's a ground rule.
Yeah, except, but what I was saying, that was a pretty great catch, and you can't falter from
Oh yeah,
your
yeah.
instinct throwing it.
Right. Get the
But
ball in. No, that was it.
Perkins with a chance to tie the game up. But
Come on.
Amadon Robb, thanks to O'Connell, first pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Creeping in was Dillon. Well, you got to be careful there because a pass ball
Yeah.
or a wild pitch could tie this game up.
This is turned into a junior Brakettes instant classic.
1-0. That
There
one
it
gets
is.
away. Right on cue to throw home, not in time. And we're tied at 5.
So wild pitch gets by, I believe Serrano's back in the catch. We're all tied up at 5 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Oh, this is the game that never ends. It goes on and on, my friend. It's 5-5.
It hard started as well, and now it's never ending.
Perkins has a chance still to end this game. Berlone is on deck. 2-0 hit sky high.
Tough play.
And
Yeah, that's a tough
just
play.
out of the reach of the player at third.
That's Kendall Lamore. That was up there. It blended in with the sky, as you see. Dusk light conditions, the ball blended right in. It was way up, too.
Two one. In there for a strike, 2-2. What we haven't seen yet, the Luca Field is an extra inning game this season. That's high school. And here with the Brakettes, we'll see if this is game number 1 to do so. The 2-2. In there, strike 3. Let's go with the extras.
Brakettes tied the ball game.
Junior Brakettes tie it up. However, they could have walked it off, but Julia O'Connell with an amazing acrobatic catch.
Yeah.
Out in center field, robbing Aaliyah M. Undone. Now we go to the 8th inning of play from Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field. Rarick comes back out.
What a treat for a game tonight here at DeLuca Field. Both coaches discussing something around home plate. I'm not sure what the arrangement is.
Potentially talking about maybe putting a ghost runner over at second. Maybe.
MLB style.
Looks like they agree no. Oh no, looks like there will be a. Looks like they will here. Have the ghost runner. Usually we don't, but maybe they want to try to get this game in. Both teams do have to agree to it. And we will have a ghost runner over at second.
Looks like number 4
O'Connell, the ghost runner at second.
is Julia O'Connell.
Extra innings. Here at DeLuca Hall of Fame Field, we go to the 8th.
Well, if there's a game that deserves a ghost run, I guess this is the one. Both coaches agree to it.
Leading off the 8th for softball U with a runner on second, number 20, Alexa Young.
Well, you got to think, though, this is game one of the doubleheader.
Yeah.
So you want, maybe game two would be different, but kind of want to try to get this one
Yep.
as over as you can.
And get this one, get the next one started
quickly as you can. Get the next one correct. First pitch of strike. The runner's going to steal third.
Yeah, that's a defensive mistake there as Paige Perkins was creeping in, probably expecting a bunt. Pitch goes to it for a strike to Young, but nobody was covering third.
The 0-1. In the dirt, 1-1.
So one thing about the softball here, very aggressive on the bases. They force you to play fundamentally sound.
1-1 misses, 2-1.
Amazing the momentum that this one has shifted many times, especially here in the later innings.
Ghost runner over at third now. It's Julio Cano now 2-2 the count. It's going to be 9, 10, 11 for the Junior Brakettes, but this is 5, 6, and 7 due up for softball U. They had a big 2-out rally to end the 7th inning. But every time softball U has conceded a run or two, they've got it right back. And a little bit more. 2-2 upstairs. Count goes full, 3-2. As we are officially in nighttime here at Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field. Payoff cut on missed strike 3. Good throw down there, 1 away. And that's the third time Young goes down on strikes. And that's strikeout number 11 from Emily Rarick. And now Julia Seebeck to bat. She had the first RBI of the game for softball U. Looking for her second RBI. First pitch of strike, 0-1. I mean, a fly ball or a ground ball to the right-hand side will do that.
Yeah. Irons is deep at short. Everyone else is in.
Liner. Night. Oh, in and out of the glove of Irons. Gets up, throws home. They tag the runner.
Wow.
So Irons couldn't quite make the play, but she does get a big out at the plate.
Well, that's a big out is right. That line drive, hard hit off the glove of Irons, grabs the ball and gets O'Connell at the plate.
First, now batting number 24, Janice Serrano.
So Janice Serrano to bat with 2 away. Looks like they still gave Seebeck the hit. So that's the 10th hit of the ball game for softball U, foul ball. 1-1 the count.
So then O'Connell was gunned down 6-2.
Throw gets away. No, I think that ball is the call.
No, it was a foul ball.
It was a foul ball.
Ball doesn't go back into play until it toes the rubber. Nice try by softball U.
1-1 a strike now, 1-2. 5 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for softball U. 5 runs, 8 hits, an error for Junior Brakettes. We're in the 8th inning of play. What a softball game here. This is only game 1 of our doubleheader. Strike 3 to Serrano's side, retired. And now the Junior Brakettes, after holding serve in the top of the 8th, they have an opportunity to walk it off in the bottom of the 8th. And they have Caroline Berlone, Zoe Monshine, and Avery Toth all trying to do that.
Berlone and Monshine 2 for 2. 3 runs scored between the two of them as well. I think Berlone's already at the bat rack, nearing the batter's box. Looking to end this one in a hurry. Well, what a thriller.
A little over 2 hours into this one. A late start to the day. However, what a game we're treated to here in game number 1. Game number 2 set to take place 15 minutes whenever this game ends.
Might have to head down and get a cup of coffee in between this game and see what I believe General Manager Rob Baird made a fresh pie. So it looks like Perkins will. Is that Paige Perkins?
It's going to be Paige Perkins.
Ghost runner at second.
So.
Caroline Merlone at the plate to start the bottom of the 8th.
9, 10, 11. It was combined 4 for 6. 1-0 the count to Berlone.
Good stop by Perkins. All right, check that. Serrano behind home plate to keep that in front and Perkins at second.
Sure. 1-0.
There's a slice.
Line drive, drops in, base hit. Perkins only going to be able to get the third. So Berlone with a single, her third hit of the game. That brings up Zoe Monshine.
We'll see if they pitch to her. The game-winning run at third. The smart thing is to load the bases up and face Avery Toth. But they're going to elect to pitch to her. It's an interesting move.
Well, that would set up a force at home.
Anywhere. Yeah, well, you need that.
First pitch, a strike to Monshine, 0-1.
So interesting to play this one, to pitch to Monshine. 2 for 2 and a run scored.
Softball U, playing aggressive. Check swing.
You see the anxiety on Monshine.
Did she go? Yes,
Yeah.
she did. 0-2. Now the 0-2. Caught on and missed, strike 3, 1 away. Monshine down for the first time.
I believe we're going to have a pinch hitter for Avery Toth.
Looks like Olivia Lugo.
Lugo, who came out to run.
Twice for Berlone.
Yeah, twice for Berlone as a courtesy runner.
Scored twice. For Berlone, 1-0 the count. Yes, that's Olivia Lugo. That is number 15, Lugo. One o the count. Runners at the corners for the junior Brakettes. Ball in play. Could walk it off. Infield's in. The play's going to be the home no matter what. Line drive. Caught.
Oh.
And a double play.
Wow.
And we're going to the 9th inning.
Not sure where any of the runners were going there. Interesting that Perkins didn't tag and that Berlone went with 1 out and a fly ball to right. Not sure if she's trying to beat the throw to second, even though Sydney Sedlock caught it in the air. So that'll go down as a double play, 9-6.
And again, just like in game number 1 of Saturday as Mo Piletti looks like he's going to take over for public address for the moment. We're going to go to the ninth inning. It's 5-5. The Junior Brakettes run themselves out of potentially walking it off in the bottom of the eighth. Potok, Parkowitz, Manzioni due up 8, 9, 10 for softball U to try to take the lead. But so far, this is the game of the year at Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field. We're 2 hours, 10 minutes into this ball game and counting. We'll see. No, looks like we might have, looks like number 21 batting. That's Brianna Potok. First pitch a strike, nothing and one to Potok. 5 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for softball U. Courtesy runner on it, or the ghost runner on it second, the 0-1 in there for a strike. I'm trying to see the number. Nothing and 2 to Potok. The 0-2 up and away, 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. This is only game 1. Chopper foul. Still 1 and 2. One, two, that header, it did. I think the runner has to go back to second. Parkowitz looking to help her own cause. She is 1 for 3, a pair of strikeouts, but a single back in the 4,000 RBI single, trying to bunt foul, nothing in 1, trying to get both these runners over. The ghost runner situation here, your goal is at least 2 runs. And that's what softball U has in mind with 2 on, nobody out. Junior Brakettes are going to have to try to get out of this jam here. 1-1 to count. One. Hard bunt. Played in fair territory to throw the third. Not going to be in time. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. I believe a fielder's choice is the ruling.
It looked like Scarpa raced in to get the ball in the air. It short hop there. She had really no play and forced to throw to third. Irons kept it in front. See how happy the crowd was as I took over as PA, public address announcer.
Well, we have a local Union 488 mound visit.
Well, who's running at third?
Can't see the number. So we got bases loaded. Nobody out for the second time today for softball U.
Batting number 9, Sydney Manzioni.
Sydney Manzioni re-entering. I mean, a hit in the outfield's going to give softball U to lead.
Yeah, they are shallow. Infield is in.
That ball's hit deep to center. Will drop behind Cummings. 1 run will score. Looks like 2 runs are going to score, and softball U takes a 7-5 lead.
So the Ghost Runner scores from third. Potok from second on a no throw by Irons to the plate. Harkwitz goes to third. Manzione with the double.
And one of the heroes of the day, Julia O'Connell, who robbed Aaliyah Amadon in the 7th inning.
Like that was a game that would have been a walk-off homer.
0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. One ball, one strike, nobody out. It's now 7-5, top of the 9th. Our second extra inning. What has been a thriller.
Right side in for the juniors.
Minor foul, 2 strikes.
Scarpa even with the bag at first. Dillon back at second.
A confirmation from the umpire. I believe it's 2-2. It's what's shown on the scoreboard. Soft liner over to Dillon. L5, 1 away.
Now back number 22, Sydney Sedlock.
Sydney Sedlock, who is 3 for 4, reaching all 4 times. Scoring once. Back in the 7th, having a great game here in game 1. 1-0 the count. Strike, 1-1. The 1-1. Fly ball. Nice play there by Caroline Berlone. 2 away. F2 goes Sedlock.
A short fly ball. Short fly ball. Diving to her right and making a play, Berlone. Maybe one step out of the catcher's box to make that play.
Lamort, who had an RBI single. First pitch, a strike, nothing, and 1. That actually a 2 RBI single, no, just the 1 RBI. The other one was Ryan came home on an error.
Right.
Well, that put them up at the moment 5-3 in the 7th. 0-1 outside, 1-1. One of very good hitters. We've seen high pressure situations here at the Luca Field before. And the former Stratford Brakette played for them in 2023. 2-1 to count, 2 out. Looking to break her former organization's heart here. Try to take this 1 year, what has been a very good extra inning classic here. 2-2 from Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field. An instant classic, if you will. 12 combined runs, 20 combined hits, 4 combined errors by these teams.
It's like Carissa Spring is warming up.
Grounder on the 2-2, 5-3. Side retired. However, the softball U with a double by Sydney Manzione.
7-5.
And it's 7-5. We head to the bottom of the 9th from Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field. Junior Brakettes need 2 to send it to the 10th, 3 to walk it off. And they have the top of the order due up in CC Cummings. Gabby Yamoa and Carissa Spring.
This game will define a seesaw battle. No one has led by more than 2 in this one. Scores of 1-0, 3-1, 3-3, 5-3, 5-5, now 7-5. Going to the bottom of the 9th, and it's Parkowitz out on the circle again for Softball U.
So both pitchers going the distance.
Won't be long before we're burning the midnight oil.
So we're going to have the ghost runner over at second. We'll see who it's going to be. Yeah, base running miscue in the bottom of the 8th from the Junior Brakettes. And while I only have 1 inning left here on my score sheet here, well, I could probably fit in a 10th inning. Then I would have to grab a new
11 and
score
12
sheet.
after that.
We have different score sheets here, so.
We are, this is going back to a couple of years where we haven't had one of these. Last time I believe was that Stratford High game at Benell, the 12-inning thriller between Stratford High and New Fairfield.
That was in 2024. New Fairfield ended up winning that game by, I believe the final was 7-6. CC Cummings leads things off, foul ball on the first pitch, 0-1.
Off the fists down the left field side.
Lugo at second. 2 hours, 21 minutes of amazing softball here. 0-1 misses 1-1. Good eye there from Cummings. Junior Brakettes came back to tie it up twice. And were robbed of walking it off in the 7th. Thanks to Julia O'Connell. 2-1 to count. Two one to Cummings. 3-1. Hitters count. CC Cummings. Yamoa on deck. Time called.
Parkowitz and Serrano trying to get back together and in sync. Parkowitz acknowledging Serrano. They must have their pitch.
3-1. Down the line, left foul. Count runs full to Cummings, 3-2. Yamoa on deck. Spring to follow.
Tying run is at the plate.
Payoff. Hit in
Chip
the
shot.
air. That could be trouble. And will drop in. The second hit of the game for CC Cummings. 10th hit for the Junior Brakettes. Ghost Runner does stay at second, however. But again, the winning run to the plate for the Junior Brakettes, Gabby Yamoa.
It was a wise decision by Lugo to stay there.
Gotta be sure.
Wow.
Up the middle goes Yamoa, base hit. Lugo's gonna stay at third, and the bases are loaded for the Junior Brakettes with no one out.
Loaded, no one out.
This
Don't
is
look
when
now, but here come the Junior Brakettes. As they go to the heart of the lineup, Carissa Spring.
Softball U has tied the game up, or actually took the lead in this situation with the bases loaded, no out. to start this inning. Now, bases loaded, no out for the Junior Brakettes. Let's see what they could do. First pitch, drop ball missing to Spring. She's 0 for 3 today. Fly out, line out, ground out. 0-1. Strike nothing and 2. Look at that gap in right center, Mo.
That's been like that for quite a while. We pointed it out in about the third or fourth inning. Sedlock hugging the line at right. Straight away in center's O'Connell.
Fly ball, foul.
Scarpa on deck.
Nothing in 2. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Junior Brakettes. Up the middle, off the pitcher. 1-5 to
Oh.
3. They do get the out call. Spring does get an RBI to make it 7-6.
Tough call there, but it'll go 1-5-3.
Now a ball in play could tie this game up as we'll have our local Unit 48 mound visit and, well, not really, just checking in on our pitcher. It's a softball U coach.
Cummings at third. Yamoa at second. She represents the winning run.
So a base hit for Scarpa could win this ball game.
Here's where you probably need to shorten up your outfield a little bit. Got to be able to throw out the runner at second. Infield is in for the softball U.
Scarpa has displayed that home run power in the past. Fouls that one off, 0-1.
And right on that fastball, fouled it straight back. Sophia Scarpa. Parkowitz has been in there all the way for softball U. Her 9th inning of work.
Her and Rarick do not deserve a loss in their record. They've both pitched a gem here. Liner caught, and the Junior Brakettes are going to run themselves out of another game. L5 unassisted, and that will do it.
Wow.
However, you can't really fault CC Cummings there. But what a play at third, and softball U wins it 7-6 the final.
Well, she took a step to her right on the release. The ball was hit so hard down to check that Young at third, and she was able to double up Cummings. And that'll about do it here for game 1. Game 2 is about 15 minutes away.
So again, the final score, the Junior Brakettes, the softball U in 9 innings, 7 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors. Junior Brakettes, 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Win will go to Leah Parkowitz. The loss goes to Emily Rarick. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 27 minutes. Tough loss for the Junior Brakettes, but a great game to call.
There certainly was. Certainly in those later innings, it got who's going to take it, who wants it, who's going to tie it. There was so many different momentum shifts. The last one in favor of softball U.
So a tough loss for the Junior Brakettes. We'll see if they can bounce back. Looks like it will be Carissa Spring taking her warm-up pitches, but we're going to take about a 15 to 20-minute break, and we'll be back for game number 2 from Frank DeLuca Hall of Fame Field.